Hey, again. So, I woke up this morning and I thought, today has to be a new day. I'm ready for that change. I'm ready for the flip side. And I'm getting ready for work and I'm listening to something. And it's about you didn't have that belief in yourself. And I thought, I've always believed in myself. Fake it till you make it, right? I started going in my mind about how it's easy to trick yourself into believing you're a certain way and you're really not, you know? I had this friend, it was sometime last year. They already own a business and they were like, man, I want to start a business with you because it's the same wavelength, you know? You could do this part of it and I've already got the connections for this part of it, and it just didn't really work out. We kept butting heads. And he would tell me, you know, I believe in you. I see the potential in you, but you don't see it in yourself. And I was like, I see it. Like, tell me I don't see me. Ego popped its ugly little head in my life, I assume, to where it just got more and more to where it was like, quit telling me I don't know me. And they'd even say, I know you better than you know yourself. Oh God, when someone tells you that, it's really annoying, isn't it? How could you know me? I know me. Sad thing is, a lot of us don't know ourselves. We think we do. And it's easier when you can look from the outside in, right? You can look at somebody else, you can give them the best advice in the world and it needs to be applied to your own life, but it doesn't register. I've done it for years. Very good at giving advice, very bad at taking advice, especially my own. And that's crazy because I could build myself up to being so successful and profitable and the best business ever if I could just see me as someone else. Does this make sense to anybody? I think a lot of us do this. Because like I said, it's easy to look from the outside. But when you can learn to use those individuals as a mirror for your own life and say, oh, okay, this is where I need to tweak this in my life. That applies to this part of my life. If we could start taking on individual portions of people, because we're all tied to one another, we're all merely a reflection of one another. This is almost like being at the fairgrounds in the House of Mirrors, right? You go into one and you're like, in another one you're like, you just keep seeing different versions of yourself. Some of them are humorous. Some of them are scary. Some of them don't seem to reflect you at all and seem very distorted. But the other day even I was looking at different versions of me, of people I work with. If I continue this path, I'm going to be like that. And not like that, but it was an idea of what could be, right? And I started doing that a while back, seeing people, yes, for who they are, but also for who they are inside of me. I just never saw that I didn't truly believe in myself. And that's what I came here to tell you. You have to believe in yourself. You have to start going, I got this. This is my life. I own this. I'm the one that makes the choices. Everyone wants to be a boss. Do you know that you're the CEO of your own company? I don't think anyone realizes. Treat yourself as the biggest commodity in your life. Use yourself wisely. Expend yourself only if there's going to be a return and a profit. That sounds very selfish. I understand that. But we're energetic beings. You can give, and give to static and chaos. And guess what you're going to get back? Static and chaos, because the universe is like, oh, you like that? Okay. Here you go. Here's some traffic to piss you off. Here's some dogs walking down the street that are going to now make you run and you don't run. always said the only time you'll catch me running is if there's a Rottweiler chasing me, or I just am being chased by the police, which isn't really a possibility because I don't go out and get in trouble. Knock on wood, I don't know. It's just, there's just things in life that irritate us. But that's when we focus on the irritation. So if we can turn around and refocus our ideas and mindset onto our business, then guess what? You'll start seeing changes. You'll start seeing growth. And I had to be reminded that, yes, I've planted seeds. We all plant seeds all the time. It takes time for that garden to come up, for you to get to harvest. We forget. You don't plant the seed and go, come on, grow, I'm hungry. Can you grow faster? You're not doing it. And then when it doesn't work, you don't go and just rip it out and be like, that was stupid. Some of us do. Some of us get so frustrated that we forget we're watering our garden. When you have nothing but hostility and anger towards what you're waiting on, the more that it's not coming. If it's not coming, then I don't want it. I used to be like that. My time. Give it to me now. I want it now. I asked for it. It's like when you go to a restaurant. You don't ask for a drink and then poof, it's in your hand. You have to wait. There's other people around. Sometimes you have to wait for a while. Sometimes you have servers that just start doing their job. Or the kitchen's messed up. Or there's situations that occur. There are setbacks. And we tend to forget that those setbacks are not meant for us to get up and be like, screw this place. I mean, sometimes you do. Sometimes you realize what you've planted wasn't worth planting. Or who you're trying to grow with, it's not going to work. Because say you're the one planting and they're the one watering and they're only putting toxic water on it. Killing any possibility. Like I said, it took the person last year to say, I see the potential in you. You don't see it in yourself. At that point, I thought they were being arrogant. At that point, I thought they were acting like they were better than me. It started altering the way that we communicated with one another. Eventually to the point we don't talk anymore. We've said some really nasty things towards one another. And that was the final dagger. That was the final, whatever. You do you, I'm gonna do me. Sure, it would have been awesome to watch that company come up. But he was right. There was fear inside of me. I wasn't going to admit it. That would make me look weak. I've learned now to speak up when I do have fear in a situation, regardless of what it is. And that's hard. It's very hard to tell somebody, this worries me, this scares me, because if they don't have good intentions for you, then guess what? You just gave them the fuel to explode your fire. That's why we have to be very careful and use our intuition when we're dealing with other people. Who we allow into our lives should build us up and benefit us. It's kind of hard to do that sometimes, especially when we're in a world where we get bored. When you're bored, you want to, let's go out. Let's go look for some trouble. Let's go, and it's not to look for trouble, let's go find fun. But that fun is often troublesome. I've had to learn to just stay home. You know, I have to go to work today, and then I'm off for a couple days. And I thought, I'm going to enjoy my time with my daughter. Because I know that she is going through stuff just like I am. It's been coming up inside of me. If I have memories of her dad, if I have things that eat at my brain, I can only imagine what she goes through. And my mom was telling me last night, and it choked me up. I had to say, oh God, she saw me very clearly. But I made a video and she said, I kind of thought that's what was going on. But she said, you didn't get over it. You suppressed it so far and now it's coming up. And it's not the feeling of wanting to vomit, it's the feeling of wanting to explode. And all that's finally dying down, but it was me having to come to face the reality of what was going on with me. That took self-reflection. A lot of people don't do that, and it's something we all need to focus on, ourselves. Remember, this is your company. You're the CEO. If you don't run it, you get no profit. You find that it fails. You find that you can't think correctly. People manipulate you and use you. You don't believe in yourself. When you can practice little things here and there and say, you know what, I've got this, and prove to yourself you've got this. The more you can show yourself what you're capable of, the more you're going to dig deeper. You gotta dig a little deeper. I don't know where that just came from. The Princess Frog or something like that. But that's where we're at. We need to unpack the garbage to get to the diamond. The thing that's been under extreme pressure and frustration. Because what we allow is affecting what we present. You wouldn't go to class with a presentation you put together the night before. You're not going to get anywhere. But if you put effort into it a little bit each day, over time, all of a sudden, you got the best project in the room. The project. I've watched myself transform over the years. From who I was when I met my kid's dad. There was a lot of cockiness in me. And I look at the situation of me meeting him, and a lot of that was to tame that within me. But at the same time, it was to build up another side of me, the spirit side, the wholesome side, the side that's going to bring something to the table that says, hey, this will benefit everyone. Because when you are a good CEO, when you are the head of a company and you want to have a good workforce, that's all of our peers around us, right? You want to raise the morale. Because when you raise the morale, work's not work. You know, whistle while you work, then it's fun. I was making my tea earlier and I'm putting my honey in it, and all I'm thinking, just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. And there's been so much just in my head. Just 2 nights ago, I was talking to my neighbor about, I was sitting thinking, how do I heal my heart? And then it took me to a time when my mom had the same conversation, probably about the age that I'm at. How do I unharden my heart? And that's where all of the bubbling started. Because I had to face the reality that my heart had hardened. It was easy for me to go around and just smile at people. I still have loving eyes. But there's something inside of each one of us that's been hurt so bad that it's like, no, just stay over there. I'm okay alone. I've gotten so okay with being alone, it scares me. That just shows that I don't want to invest in anything again because I don't want it to fail. I don't want to feel the pain. But the pain is what lets us grow. The pain is what lets us experience. It's how we take the pain. Transmute that into something creative and amazing that will help the rest of the world. Become great CEOs for their own business. So, I've got to get going. I know there was a lot of tornado, but believe in yourself. You are lovable, you are beautiful, you are handsome, you are kind, you are worth being loved, and you are so capable. And I just want you to believe that today. So look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, I love you. We got this today. So on that note, peace out. Bye.